your business is built around the ability to develop the best brief ever. And in your opinion, what is a brief and why is it so critical for marketing success?
I left my day job at Google to go build a tool that was, the pitch deck was Grammarly for a brief. And what we learned was a couple of things. One, you can't get two marketers to agree what a great brief is. So the thought that you could build a singular tool like a Grammarly for it is somewhat foolish. And that's because marketing is so multidisciplinary that to the creatives, it's a creative brief. To the same creative team, when they talk about the brief that the client might write, they would call it an intake brief or even an RFP. And it changes for a country brief, a tactical brief, et cetera. So we've gone away from thinking about things solely through the lens of the piece of paper, the brief, and more just focusing on what needs to happen in that briefing process. So in that briefing process, essentially what we're coming down to or trying to get to as marketers and our agency partners and so on is alignment, is an agreement on the shared inputs, the actions, and the outputs of a particular tactic or campaign. So we have to agree on ground truth. These are the insights. This is the business challenge that led us to do this thing. This is how we think we're going to action it. And these are the requirements for the tactic, the campaign, what have you. So essentially, it comes down to an agreement on strategy. And where it often breaks down, and this is the interesting part I'd love to get into, is the whole notion of having two marketers agree on what a great brief is. The reason that's challenging is that marketing is non-deterministic. There isn't really a right answer. The right answer is what you and your team can agree upon. That's the right course of action to take. And then can you execute it flawlessly? So a great brief does those two things. It defines reality, your shared reality amongst your teams, and defines the solution that you will apply against that reality. Again, critically, it needs to be agreed upon by the team. So it really is a document that only matters to you and anyone else you need to work with on that campaign. To the next company, your competitor, et cetera, they might look at the same document and completely disagree with entire parts of it. It's the whole beauty of why Hummer and Mini Cooper can coexist in the same market, that a strategic brief can be different team to team.